Hello. Excuse me. Apparently, I haven't been speaking for a minute or two because my throat is all scratchy. But um, let me know if you can in the chat. There's my little pop up where you're from, and that you're here and you can hear me. I realized after the last, I don't remember what it was. It was probably this mystery stamping, but some other live where I use the streaming service. I realized that I can't tell if anybody's watching because I don't have this up on Facebook at the same time that I'm doing it so that it doesn't like suck my resources for being able to stream and slow it all down. So I don't have Facebook on, so I can't tell for sure. So if you are watching, pop in the chat and say hello. And I want to give everybody just a minute to try to find us. So in the interim, before we begin, I thought we would just have a quick chat. Let me know if you have and brought to your table a favorite beverage. I have this, I like this cup because it doesn't sweat. So I've got some ice in here. And although I'm usually a bourbon drinker, I try not to drink during the week. So I've been doing fairly well. So I found this concoction that I make with, it's from Aldi. It's a black cherry flavored carbonated water, I guess is what it is. It's supposed to have no sugar, no calories or whatever in it. But I found that it still tasted too, even though there's no sugar, it tasted too sweety or something for me. So I started putting like a dash of lime juice in it, just from like the real lime, real lemon juice bottles, you know, so I'll put a splash of that in there and then put my black cherry sparkling water over the top of it. And it's very thirst quenching. So let me know if you have a favorite beverage that you brought to the craft table today. And let's see what else. I guess we probably can just get going. I do want to let you know that I do have, if anybody's still interested in coming to an in-person class in April, there are like 2, I think, seats available for the 6 o'clock class, if you'd like to do that. And then next week, I think, yes, next week, Wednesday, I'll have the registration open for now the May class. So know that. I'm kind of referring to some notes here. I already mentioned the chat feature. If you're joining me from a replay, I'm welcome to the show. We love to have you. And if you are catching the replay, if you would just put replay in the comments, that way we'll know that you weren't watching live, and I will try to answer questions through the comments as best I can. So the first rule in doing mystery stamping is that we don't allow that you just stress out over this. It's supposed to be fun. Don't stress out. If I'm going too fast or you can't keep up, just keep in mind that Facebook will keep this live on for like 30 days, but I also will, after the show or tomorrow morning, one of the two, I will also upload it to my YouTube channel. So you can always go back and watch it there. I've got them categorized on YouTube. And I don't know if you can see the categorizations that I have on YouTube, but I do have one that's called Mystery Stamping. So hopefully if you can see those, you'll be able to see from my channel and pick out the right one. All right, so I have, let me find the right spot here to minimize myself and let you see again, clue number 1, which you already have or should have prepared. I know I cut some supplies yesterday myself. And then we'll just get going with clue number 2. So the first thing we're going to do with all of these supplies is adhere your piece of DSP toward the left side of your card front or card base, but the front of the card base. So I'm going to work along with you, except mine's kind of off to the side here. So it's going to be a little bit awkward, but I'm going to do it. If my glue. Isn't that always the case with me? Every time I can't get the glue to come out. That's so funny. I even have I brought another one just in case. I got another bottle ready to go because this one feels a little bit empty anyway. I think I was having trouble with this the last time I tried to use it because I think it's about empty. All right, that's enough of that one. Let's try this. That's much better. All right. So pick the side that I want to be up. All right. And you have the option of making your card either portrait or landscape orientation, totally up to you. I'm going to tell you that I did the example that I created these clues from. I did that one portrait, and now I'm doing a landscape one. So you can do it either way. All right. Well, my paper's done. Hopefully this isn't going to go too fast. This is a super easy one too. There aren't very many pieces, right? So, oops, clue number 3. So adhere your, I suggested a circle, 3 inches about, but it could be any shape. So go ahead and adhere that toward the right side of the card. Now they're probably going to overlap some, which is fine with your DSP. All right. I'm trying to check the comments as well as I'm going here. All right. Oops. And as I was patting it down, I rubbed a little too hard and it shifted. I'd like to know if everybody, if you are watching and participating, if you enjoy these, if I should continue to do them, or if I should toss this idea out and maybe come back with something different. And I'm up for suggestions about that too. We'll just move on to clue number 4 here. So clue number 4 is to stamp the greeting on your 2 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch, whatever color cardstock you chose to do that. My ink is fighting with me here. Apparently I didn't. Did you know, I should put this on as a tool tip, but did you know if you take a little crayon, or not a crayon, a birthday candle, like it's just the right skinny size. Hold on, let me grab one. So I have one just right here in my stash. And if you pull this open, I can hardly see myself, but so if you rub the crayon up and down this little groove here, and then this other side too, and so it gets a little bit waxed, and then if you can kind of slide this back and forth a couple times and get it all waxed up, then it works better. So there's your tip for the mystery stamping day. All right. Get it all good and inked up here. And I have made some modifications to the one that I'm making now. I've made some modifications to some of the sizes and shapes and stuff like that. And I'll show it to you at the end, just so that you have an idea. Hopefully I can stamp this straight. Should have stood up. Not bad. Okay. I think that's the only stamping, unless if you want to stamp something on the inside of your card, you might as well do that now too while you have the ink out. And we're gonna, if you want to trim the left side, or you could trim both sides if you want of your card, you can go ahead and do that. So this is going to go this way, and I'm going to trim mine like this too. All right. And then we're going to adhere this to the right side of your card. And yes, I'm going to make mine so that the right side of my greeting is going to be in line with the right edge of my card. All right. Hopefully you're keeping up with me. I'm trying to go slowly and do some entertaining in between. At least that's what I'm calling it. You can call it whatever you like. BS maybe? Okay, are we ready to move on to clue number 5? I don't think there are even 10 clues in this one either, so this is a short one. Okay, so if you didn't already cut out your large image, leafy image, flower image, something that's kind of large and is going to take up most of the front of your card. If you didn't, take the time now and cut that out. And then we're going to adhere it to the front, and you can use dimensionals if you like. This is going to kind of go, it's going to be the focal point. So, you know, I'm not using dimensionals on mine. Not that you need to do what I'm doing, but come on. Darn blue. Does anybody else have this trouble? You set it down for 2 seconds and then it doesn't work anymore? I mean, it works, but I feel like this wasn't a full bottle anyway to start with, but that way. And on my modified one, instead of having just one, just one big flower, I didn't have a big flower because I am trying to use, for this one, I'm trying to use this the stamp set bundle that we're using in the May class. So you'll get a sneak peek of what that's going to look like too then by hanging out with us. All right, I think that's good. You're probably done before me now because I told you to have one piece and then I had like 3, right? And yeah. Alrighty then. Okay. And then clue number 6. Are you ready? Whatever other embellishments you'd like to add. So if you have some gems, or maybe you want to add a little baker's twine bow or something like that. Unfortunately, my gems have not come yet. Because my pre-order didn't come yet. So I was late in ordering it. And so they're not here yet. So I'm even, yeah. So I'm going to put some on, but not today. And then clue number 7 is to take a photo of your completed project and post it as a comment. Oh, I was going to add that. I will do that right now. So this should be a comment here for add it. I put a link so that if you copy the link from the comments as you're watching this, just copy and paste it off someplace. That didn't make any sense. Anyway, if you paste it off into like a Word document or something like that, then you'll be able to find the post again later. I'm going to try to pin it to Facebook so that you can find it easier. But all right, so do you want to see? Let me show you the first one first. This is the one that let me close this a minute here so I can actually see myself. There we go. This is the one that I made the clues from. So this is my DSP. This is the bundle that we're using in April. This is the Nature Symphony bundle. So I made it with this one. All right. And then I went ahead, that was the portrait size ones or the portrait layout one. And so then I made a landscape one too. And you'll notice, so I tried to use the greetings that come with the Beautifully Celebrated. That's the bundle we're going to use in May. The greetings are, for the most part, much larger. I have to stop moving or it keeps trying to refocus on my hand. So I had to modify from that little piece of greeting paper that I told you to cut. I had to modify mine so that this greeting would fit on there. And then instead of having one big flower, I made several different ones because they were smaller in this bundle. So, but I made it work. The moral of the story is that you can use this same sketch. I call it a sketch. And you can use this same kind of a template and swap out your colors and swap out your stamp sets and swap out your DSP. Usually what I try to do, and I don't, yeah, if you've heard this, then just tune me out because I say this a lot, but I always start with the designer series paper first. And if you flip it over, it tells you all the colors that are in the designer series paper. So I start with the designer series paper that I'm going to use, and then I start picking colors. So in this particular case, I started with this DSP, and then on the back, it told me that it uses Misty Moonlight, and I forgot what the name of this, Balmy Blue. Nope. Yes, that's Balmy Blue, I think. And Misty Moonlight and Garden Green and White. Anyway. And I could have gone with some of those pink colors that are in there too. Berry Burst and Pretty in Pink are in that same DSP. But, so yeah, go challenge yourself to not only make this one that we made today, but make a couple more. Pick a different stamp set and a different piece of DSP and make a couple more as long as you're at it. What do we have coming up here? We've got Mother's Day coming up, so you can make some Mother's Day cards. Moms like flowers usually. I like flowers. I'm a mom. All right. And let's see. The next mystery stamping is going to be on May 6th. So mark your calendars. I hope to see you there. And thank you for sharing this bit of craft time with me. Until next time. See ya.